person is simply shedding the virus relative to their earlier infection. There was also a case reported last night that is a Victorian resident, but they are quarantining interstate after returning from overseas. They are therefore not a notifiable case in Victoria, and that explains, I think, the earlier tweet this morning of 2 is really 1, and the 1 may not necessarily be an infectious person or an active case. That's a matter for that expert panel of doctors who look through those issues, as I think we've spoken to in recent days. There are 11 Victorians in hospital, and none of those 11 are receiving intensive care. A total of 2,967,085 test results have been received since the beginning of the year. That's an increase of 11,936 tests since yesterday. Each of us, I think, are well aware that weekend numbers, so those reported on Monday and Tuesday, can often be a fair bit lower than that. So we're at about well over 20,000, I think, for the 2 days. And I want to thank each and every one of those almost 12,000 Victorians whose results are reported today. Arguably nothing more important. I know I say it a lot, but I say it because it's important. Get tested as soon as you register the symptoms. As soon as you begin to feel unwell, please go and get tested. Don't wait an afternoon. Don't wait a day. Don't wait a weekend. Please go and get tested as soon as you possibly can, and we can protect you, your family, every family, and we can in fact open the place up. Knowing where the cases are is critical, because it means we can stop the spread, and 1 or 2 stays at 1 or 2 rather than 20 or 30 or more. And we have seen many outbreaks in recent times that have run. We've been able to pull them up, but the wildly infectious nature of this virus, I think, is well known and well understood to every single Victorian. There are 10 healthcare workers who are active cases. The rolling average to 19 October is Metro 6.4, regional 0.4. Unknown source cases are down by 2. There are 13 in the period the 14 days to 17 October. That case today, the one that may well be an instance of shedding the virus, is a perfectly natural process well after your original positive test, is in Melbourne and is in Brimbank, but we'll update you as that expert panel looks into the details of that case throughout the day. Total active cases in regional Victoria, there are now just 3, and those 3 are in Greater Shepparton. So the 4 that were in Mitchell Shire that we had Kilmore cases that we'd reported quite consistently, they've now passed their 14-day period and are out of those numbers. So just 3 active cases in regional Victoria as at the 20th. Aged care, active cases, they'll be in the Chief Health Officer release. We don't believe there's any significant change there. The data just wasn't ready for us this morning. And that pretty much is the numbers of the day that I needed to confirm with you. I would just say that when you look at these numbers, this could potentially be a day of 0, and it's been a long time since we had a day of 0, and it's a testament to the hard work of every single Victorian in the city, in the suburbs, in regional communities, large and small. We are well placed this weekend to be able to make very significant announcements about a further step to opening. We still have a few days, obviously, to run this week, and things can change rapidly, but Victorians, I think, particularly Melburnians, can be confident, can be absolutely optimistic that the strategy is working, that the slow and steady and therefore safe way in which we are easing out of these restrictions is the only way we can do it. I've said many times, and I will make the point yet again, and probably a few more times between now and when we take next steps, you can't sprint to COVID normal. We have to get there gradually, steadily, safely. Otherwise, we do run the very real risk of giving back all that we have sacrificed and undermining everything that we have built, which is a very low set of numbers. That is a credit to every single Victorian. We acknowledge the pain and the hurt and the challenge. It's very real. But all of that has to be worth something. And that's why this strategy is so important to stick to. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But 2 days into the week since we first announced those changes on Sunday, I think we're well placed to reach those to reach the point on the weekend where we can talk more and possibly bring forward some of those changes that were slated for November the 1st. That's very good news, I would have thought, and hopefully Victorians feel that real sense of pride in themselves, because I certainly feel it, a sense of pride in them for everything that they have done, and I'm sure will continue to do, to stay safe and to stay open. That's the most important thing for the coming weeks and months.